They tell me I'm a witness because I was in Poland just before the war broke out as a child.
The Holocaust. That word, those atrocities, remind us of a dark time in human history. A time where intolerance and bigotry flourished unchecked for years.
And we discuss a little bit about where we learn to hate, because it isn't an instinct. We're not born with it.
When Rubin Feldstein was 3 years old, he and his immediate family left their home in Poland as Adolf Hitler's power and influence spread across Europe.
A bigot is rarely monogamous. If they hate Jews, they hate blacks too. Hitler persecuted Seventh-day Adventists, handicapped people, gypsies, and so on.
It's estimated 12 million people were murdered during the Holocaust, 6 million of whom were Jewish. Though Feldstein safely made it to America, his extended family and friends were left behind. Many he's never heard from again.
Of the 18 children in that photo, I know of only 3 that survived.
Feldstein, now 82, makes it his mission to put a face on those lost in the Holocaust. A former educator himself, he shows students his family pictures, telling stories from his childhood, giving a voice to the voiceless.
The man rowing the boat is my cousin, Dufche. It's a name you've never heard. It's a kind of a Yiddish diminutive for David.
When you hear it from a teacher, it's more like it's stated, but when you hear somebody that's been through it, it's felt.
These students have been studying the Holocaust and World War II.
Whenever we talk about what's in the book and it's black and white and it's in a text or we're writing about it on the board, it doesn't come to life like someone who breathed it, someone who lived it.
So if we hear just statistics and the basics of history, what happened, we're not going to take it to heart, but if we hear it from another person, what they felt, what they've been through, we can take it more to heart and we can learn from it.
Students study this history in plain text and see images in grainy black and white. On this day, students heard a rare first-hand account of someone who narrowly escaped becoming a statistic.
When I talk about this in my class, I can say, do you remember the presentation you saw? Now when you see these kids in this camp and they're starving to death or they're going to be put to death, you heard from someone that escaped it.
Feldstein, like so many others, became part of the fabric of America.
We came into New York Harbor, and the city was all lit up, as it always is. Magnificent sight.
One lesson that he shared with us is that every single person in this room and in this country ultimately came from an immigrant.
And with the time he has, he's sharing these stories, hoping the world learns lessons from its history.
There are days when I read the news and I lose all hope, and there are days when I see things and I'm a little more optimistic.
We live in a fantastic country with so much opportunity, but with that comes the burden and the responsibility of teaching our kids in a way that they respect it, that they honor it, that they defend it, and they're willing to let others come here. All of us are part of that immigrant story, one way or another.